Complete the squares and sketch a graph of 2x squared plus y squared equals 2y plus 1. This is going to be a conic section, but we're going to have to go through the process of completing the squares to get everything in the right format so that we can determine which type of conic section it'll be and what the graph will look like. To do that, we want to get all the variable terms on the same side. So to get rid of this 2y on the right, we can subtract 2y from both sides. This gives us 2x squared plus y squared minus 2y on the left, and it leaves just 1 alone on the right. Now, we're going to have to complete the square with the y terms. To do that, we take the coefficient on the y, negative 2, we divide it by 2 to get negative 1, and then we square it to get positive 1. So we need to add 1 on the left-hand side to complete that perfect square trinomial, and to keep the equation balanced, we'll also need to add 1 on the right-hand side. Now we can factor that perfect square trinomial. Y squared minus 2y plus 1 is going to be y minus 1 quantity squared. And on the right, 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. Now this is starting to look like the equation of an ellipse because we've got x squared and y squared terms that are both positive on the left-hand side. But we know that for an ellipse, we want the constant term on the right-hand side to be 1. So we're going to have to divide both sides by 2 to get this into the right form. On the left, the 2's cancel with the x squared, so we're left with just x squared, which we can also write as x squared over 1, because we will want there to be a denominator that we can look at. Then plus the quantity y minus 1 squared over 2 equals 1. Now this is definitely an ellipse, but it is a shifted ellipse. Because y has been replaced with y minus 1, the center of the ellipse gets shifted up 1 unit to the point 0, 1. Now that we have that, we can look and see what the axes are going to be, and we can graph it. If we look at the denominator in the x squared term, that's 1, and so that is our b squared. And because b squared is 1, that tells us that b is also 1. So our ellipse will have points to the right and to the left of our center 1 unit. And then for the y direction, the denominator is 2. So that means a squared is 2. So a is the square root of 2, which is about 1.4. So from the center, we're going to go up and down 1.4 approximately units, and that will actually give us the vertices of the ellipse. And once we have those, we can connect all of the dots, and we've got our ellipse, which is the graph of 2x squared plus y squared equals 2y plus 1.